All right, we're back. Peace. Street 16 podcast. Michael Barclift, Byron Wilson Bay, Ebony Mystique Williams, and Jeff McCoy, Jay Wonder over here cleaning off his glasses.
Staying fresh.
Put away my glasses.
Yeah. Speaking of glasses, I think this is a subject that we actually view through different lenses. And one of them is MALIK YOBA. Maybe not him per se, but some of this thing that's going on with the gender situation, some people seem to, be down with the shits, for lack of a better term, than others. I'm not one, of course, and please, I don't care who says anything. I'm not gonna be one. But what the brother was trying to do, if y'all follow the story, I listened and I sensed that maybe there was some sincerity in it, but it's just so convoluted, and I don't know that it's worth it from my perspective. But I did want to ask this, and you familiar with the story?
Right.
Yeah. Y'all heard him storm off the set with the root?
Yeah.
When the interview didn't go his way,
right,
and he stormed off the set. We could play the audio. I'll cue it up. That anger that he showed in that moment, how can you put yourself at the face of a movement that's supposed to be about love and about the violence? Because if I'm hearing it correctly, one of the issues is these trans women have said that they have been victims of violence from men that they dated, heterosexual men, who some have been deceived and some have not, but they said that they're victims of violence for that, right? My two questions. If you're a trans person and you do participate in that deception, of course none of you are, do you think that there would be violence? Or do you think that, they're not going to be violent? Because sometimes, never saying violence is right, but sometimes we could do something and we should maybe expect, wow, this might come back with a hard retaliation. And my second question is, if you're against this violence, how can you have that type of outburst of anger and not control yourself under a situation as calm and as normal as a celebrity on camera being interviewed and asked about a question that was a public allegation?
I'll go ahead, Jeff. I got question number 2.
I've got nothing to question number 2. That man and his journey and what he's going through and the anger that he may be feeling or his unresolved issues is on him. I'm not touching that. Mm-hmm. As far as question number 1 is concerned, if you doing the research and looking at the numbers, the amount of violence against trans women and or men, for that matter, frails in comparison to it being involved in some type of deception. I didn't know. You know what I mean? A lot of men, who embark on these relationships with these people, a lot of the times have shit going on with themselves, per se. You know what I mean? So it's not, you got a dick, you know what I mean? You probably walked into that situation knowing
so
this.
So the violence is not based on deception, it's based on something else.
A confrontation within yourself, you know what I mean? Because you got some shit going on. I can tell you, I am very pride affiliated, and you know what I mean? I'm a heterosexual male, but where you put your genitals and how you choose to live your life is completely on you. Where's your spirit at? Are you a dope person? That's where I start. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, I throw an event. I co-host a BDSM event where a lot of people from different walks of life come out and get their party on, drink, and socialize. You know what I mean? And I've seen it more often than not that the venues that I hold the event at, regulars who come out of curiosity, just to see what's going on in there, tie one on and then by the end of the night it's faggot this, and I don't agree with that and I understand, but you know what you was coming in here for. And you was fine when you was here until you got drunk. So what that says to me on a psychological level is somewhere deep down inside, you remember something that happened to you or something that you experienced or something, or some unresolved feelings within yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now it's lashing out. It's a lot of times it's projected anger. You know what I mean? A lot of that is projected anger. It's very rarely I didn't know until you whipped out.
Right.
And now we got an issue because there's two dicks
knew.
in the room.
Yeah, you knew.
You know what I mean? Now,
knew.
Granted, there are a lot of very passable trans women. A lot of very passable trans, and I don't want to put words in MALIK YOBA'S mouth, but maybe that's the angle that he was going towards with. You know what I mean? But again, that's not me. That's not my journey. I can't speak.
I might have put words in his mouth, pause, because I might be uninformed, but I just heard that, it's about violence and, this deserves a march.
I mean, but there are plenty. Nobody should be subjected to be killed because of where they put their parts or how they choose to live their life. And there's a lot of people out here, a lot of trans men, trans women losing their lives over how they choose to live their life. And that's unforgivable on any stretch of the imagination. And getting your shit split because you ran game and got caught is one thing. But even at that point,
I just don't.
There should never be. Isn't
this domestic violence?
I didn't know that was a man, and for that they deserve to die.
I just don't believe that.
Like that should never be a stance at all.
But isn't this under the umbrella of domestic violence then?
It's already taken care of. Yeah, it is domestic violence.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's under the umbrella of domestic violence. But
I think it's under the umbrella of hate crime.
Now,
okay,
and you can call it if that's what you were motivated by hate. Yeah. I just don't believe that there's somebody you don't know that all of these so-called trans women, that they are running up on these guys and they don't know that this is a trans woman. I find that hard to believe that there's all these women, these transgenders being beat up because at the last minute they revealed that they were, or they got in the bed with a man and then decided to reveal then that they were a man. I just don't believe that happens that often. I believe most of the time, like I said, they knew what they were getting into. And the violence occurred for some other reason, not because of that reason. And why MALIK YOBA or why and if this is coming from the LGBT trans community, why would they try to push an angle that this is my personal belief. I just don't believe that a trans person is out here running up on a heterosexual man knowing that this guy does not get down.
Well, here, let's pause that. Bring that back. You have to pause. Mm-hmm. You have to put yourself in the perspective. You know what I mean? Trade shoes with that position for a minute. Pause. No homo. Like, you know what I mean? For lack of a better word, I'm just joking. But you know what I mean? Keep in mind, I don't think these trans women are running up on men because in a social setting, do you run up on dudes that you're attracted to?
I think she does.
I mean, you'll pinpoint that out, but you know what I'm saying? In a social setting like that,
right.
usually the advances are being made by the male, or the person playing the role of the male, right? Okay. So I don't think it should be anybody's responsibility to say, "Oh, hey, love, how you doing? Can I buy you a drink?" Well, actually. Well, you know what I mean? Like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's
time for Eb.
So you don't think that's the responsibility of somebody who is perpetrating a fraud?
Is that perpetrating a fraud? Is that perpetrating a fraud?
If you know that somebody thinks that you're something you're not,
right.
To let them continue to believe that.
When it progresses to a point where it matters.
I think it matters as soon as they say hello.
I don't think so.
Yes, it does.
I don't think
If
so.
I don't go up to people that I'm not trying to holler at and be like, yo, can I buy you a drink? I think at hello, a woman knows if this man is just saying a friendly, platonic hello, or he's trying to hit.
Then that's got to go across the board though, because if I'm a female in the club and I'm in a committed relationship and I'm out with my girls and some dude comes up and says, "Hello, you look really nice. Can I buy you a drink?" Am I supposed to go, "Well, I got a man at home"? And then if I do,
no, but we're not talking about infidelity. We're talking about gender.
But then if I do, does that stop that man from continuing to log?
No, because infidelity is not gender.
Absolutely.
That's two different things.
I think basically if somebody came up to me and was like, "Hey, how you doing?" If I know they're interested like that, like disclaimer, I'm already taken. I'm with somebody. I'm gonna let you know from the jump what it is. I'm not gonna be like, "Oh yeah, buy me something to drink." Da 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 da. No.
I think y'all are downplaying the
even
super
if
masculine,
even if we are,
sometimes motherfuckers don't give a shit. And then a lot of times in those trans women male interactions, they don't give a shit until the homie's like, "Yo, you know that's Leroy back from 5th grade."
How big is this? How big is this download pause sub community of a sub community?
Huge.
They're that huge. They deserve a march.
Huge.
All right.
What the downloads deserve a march?
No. These people, the march that they're doing, whatever this is, you know about this stuff.
Anybody who feels downtrodden. I mean.
All right, so the kids that grew up Jehovah's Witness and never had Christmas, do we get a march?
You get a march.
Y'all got a march for us?
The lack of the
pain
the social injustices you got
for the pain we go through. For the pain we go. Yo, Christmas is coming, y'all. Christmas is. Yo, listen. All right. Again, the first time y'all come to me with this Merry Christmas shit, I'm asking for a march.
No, I do agree with that. You should not kill anybody, but I can understand somebody being upset. Be able to control your emotions, first of all. If you know that you out here and you drunk or whatever, and you find out that this woman is a man, and y'all bumping heads literally, be able to. You can be mad, but control yourself. You don't have to kill somebody behind it. But yeah, I would not be like, "Hey, you shouldn't be upset."
That shit doesn't matter that much.
I just don't believe it gets to that point now. All of a sudden, it's a surprise. I just
Well, the thing about
somebody had to say something before it got that far. You mean?
I pose it to you this way.
Probably know.
Think about human desires.
Mm-hmm.
What do we need? We need connection. We need affection. We need communication. We thrive off those things. We can as human beings.
I think we also need a march. I need one.
Quite possibly.
No more marches.
So listen,
I'm gonna give me a march.
As a person, imagine you as a male, right? Only receive the effect. So the people who are like you aren't attracted to you and want to deal with you because they're like you, right? Mm-hmm. The people who you are attracted to may or may not give those feelings back, and a lot of times because you're a niche type person, you know what I mean? Like as a black man in an all-white community, do some of them white girls like you because you're dope, or do they like you because they have an idea of what it is to be with a black man, etc., etc.? Imagine your life, and that's all you get. The people who you rock with like the same shit you like, so you're not getting that affection. The people that you like probably, may or may not like you, and if they do like you, they like you for the novelty of it all. You know what I mean? That's a very lonely place to be.
Yes, it's lonely, but does that...
And I don't say that justifies faking moves at all. I think at some point before you're intimate,
definitely.
What's the point then? Because I think the point is hello. I think the point is hello. Listen, I'm sorry, because
completely understand.
Because I'm not supporting y'all anyway. Pause. But objectively, if y'all really want to be hunted with it and say I'm gonna do this the right way, the point is at hello.
Then, when you encounter somebody who would further embark on violence on you, does not it turn into a situation where y'all know how niggas do, especially when there's drinks involved. You know how men do, especially when drinks are involved. So if I approach you and say, "Excuse me, man, blah, blah, blah," like, and you say, "Well, hey, from the jump," and I would hate to use you, it's only because you're sitting beside me. Right. I don't think in any way you bleed masculinity. But, thanks for coming over, I appreciate it. But just so you know off the top, I'm a trans woman.
Yeah, thank you.
Then Because you're a good dude.
Okay.
Because you're a good dude. But doesn't it usually turn into, man, this motherfucking faggot, Now you created a social situation for yourself that's uncomfortable.
Correct.
You have to get up and leave.
You know what?
No,
You know what?
I don't think that.
That happens with women all the time.
Absolutely.
So welcome to the club.
So y'all both deserve a
Welcome
march.
to the club.
So y'all both deserve. Yo, marches for everyone, but I'm not watching the march.
We don't
All right,
need a march.
listen. Let's take a quick break. That's a good debate, Jeff. I don't know if you won this one though, but we'll come back.
And it's not for winning. I just want to get perspective.
Touche. Thanks for that, y'all. We'll be right back. It's the Street 16 podcast. Pause. You are now listening to the Street 16 podcast.